Okay, and I'll share my screen. All right, are you able to see the slideshow?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so thank you so much for having me. A big thank you to Zofia Drake from the FAU Career Center and Emily Wayne from FAU Art Department for spreading the word. Another special thanks to Erin Martinietti for organizing the Zoom event. Thank you very much. My name is Christina Cisco. I've been a studio assistant for Vivian Wang sculpture for 3 years, so since 2019, the before times, pre-pandemic. I graduated from Florida Atlantic University with my Bachelor of Fine Arts, concentrating in ceramics, specifically sculptural, like figurative sculpture. So I've structured my little presentation into some major points. First, I'll ask some questions. Why am I here? What's my purpose? Are you a good match for this position? And how would this position benefit you in your professional career as an artist long-term? And then we'll do the fun part where we have little pictures, tour of the studio, a bit of the process, and the final product. So what goes out to the galleries. And at the end, I would love to have some Q&A. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. There's no stupid questions. All right, so why am I here? My employer has sourced their best studio assistants from FAU. It would be a privilege to keep this symbiotic relationship up between local commercial artists and FAU art department. The FAU studio art department has an amazing facility. I know I've been to other art schools and you guys have it good. Like we have been spoiled here. So here's some images of, you know, in the sculpture department and the ceramics department. We want you. That's what we're looking for, people who come from here, because it's a great resource. They really well equip the students here. Are you a good match? Do you have knowledge in mold making, sculpture, ceramics, maybe some glass, 3D mixed media? If you check off any of these categories, you would be a good candidate for this position, to have some knowledge on these things. And we're also looking for someone who's positive, enthusiastic, reliable. Are you open to learn? There's going to be 3 months training included in the pay for this position. And so we're looking for someone who's really excited. Another reason why we're trying to get a student who's fresh from university. Why apply to this job? The learning experience. In university, what do we get? We learn about the concept, how to talk about art, and the craftsmanship, how to make the art, and how to become this unique artist, whatever that means. And then here, what's great is that we step away from academia and we go into the practical elements of commercial art and what that means and how to apply ourselves to that once we're out of the institution of the university. So practical uses of mixed media, something that we learn, realistic studio practices, art gallery relations. There's really cool dynamic, really cool relationship that the artists build with galleries that represent them, and learning about that and keeping an open communication, figuring out when you know, the due dates for a show is. These are really great things to learn. And Vivian Wang is represented by 5 galleries. We have 2 that are Habitat galleries. They're different companies, one in Detroit, one in West Palm Beach. We've got Blue Rain Gallery in Santa Fe, and these are the works that are there. Sandra Ainsley in Ontario, Canada, and newly Shaw Gallery in Naples, Florida. That's our new gallery there. Why apply to this job? We get to learn how to juggle these different gallery due dates. We've learned to get ourselves out there. You know, where can we go and submit our artwork? This is something great that I learned working here. Preparing art for shipping, how to wrap the work, how to, you know, really pay attention to the detail of like the fine breakable pieces, how to prepare them for shipping so that they get to the gallery safely. Another reason is the variety of media. So we do glass casting here, different types of molds, plaster silica molds, press molds, where we press clay in there, fiberglass molds, epoxy and resin, a little bit of sewing, gilding like gold leaf, and gem application. For example, this is the kind of resin we use for the glass, Hextol. The epoxy that we use, this is a really great epoxy actually. When we sand the glass, these are some of the tools we use. And here's some images of the studio. So here we have the slab roller, and we use box clay here. And we use bullseye glass, which is fritted and clear. Our kilns. So this is the kiln room. The two kilns on the right are our glass kilns. And then the one on the left, the big one, is our ceramic kiln. And so here, a little step-by-step process. We put clay in here, we press out the shapes, and then we would be putting those into these cylinder containers, making a new mold out of plaster and silica. Here we arrange them to see how they would fit in the kiln. Fill these with glass. These are for making hands and feet out of glass. And then these are some samples of what comes out in different stages. Okay, so I wanted to take a look at the Instagram. We have been getting some popularity on Instagram, so that's nice. We got a few followers here and there. And so here you can take a look at us. We're Vivian Wang Sculpture. And so there'll be images of the different processes. This is some photos from the gallery. Different studio things that we do. It's quite fun, actually. And then here's our Facebook, also Vivian Wang Sculpture. You can find us there. And our website. Let's see if I can't click on the website because the sharing button is right there. Here we go. So here's our website, vivianwangsculpture.com. And you can take a look at the final product. All right, well, that concludes my presentation, and I thank you all for listening. How do I stop sharing? Okay, there we go. And stop recording. Or should we do questions and include that in the recording?
Sure, whatever you're comfortable with is fine. I just had a couple questions about like the role itself, so totally fine, whatever.
Do you feel comfortable keeping that in the recording?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so awesome. But thank you so much for the presentation. That was great. So right now you're currently hiring for a studio assistant. It's a full-time position, correct? Including with the paid training that starts in January?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. And is it paid? Is there like a salary range or a specific flat rate or something like that?
So the starting pay with the training is $15 an hour. Okay. And then there's opportunity for that to increase later on.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Nice. And then sorry, I know Zoe hasn't really gotten to say anything. Zoe, did you have any questions?
Oh, well, first and foremost, hi, nice to meet you. I'm working from home today, hence why my camera's been off. I did want to say, first off, lovely work. Second, when it comes to the expectations of the studio worker, I know that we don't really have glass courses offered very frequently, especially when compared to more like sculpture and ceramics-based courses. Is that understanding, the fundamental understanding of working with glass, something that you all will work with the student with, or is the expectation that they come in with a firm grasp on glass?
Right, that's a great question. So I was concentrating in ceramics. The person who was training me concentrated in sculpture.
Mhm.
And we were trained additionally in glass, in the specific mold making at the shop. So as long as there's some understanding, you check one of those boxes
Of course.
that you know something about 3D
Mhm,
sculpture.
mhm.
Because I know that, yeah, FAU doesn't offer glass. And so it's a great opportunity to work here and learn about the glass. But there should be some understanding of either clay or mold making or something.
Okay, perfect. So as long as they have a well-versed background in sculpture and 3D as a media, then they should be good to go.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I guess a second question, is there an expectation of travel to and from galleries for openings and things like that? Or is it mostly kind of within the Boca area, coming into the studio and shipping pieces?
Oh, yeah, no, the studio is in West Palm Beach, and
Mhm.
so we would just be working in West Palm Beach. Then she has other shipping company that goes out and
Perfect.
does the deliveries. Yeah.
Nice. Is there any expected attendance for events like Art Basel that require travel down to Miami, or is that mostly handled by the artist herself?
No, that's exclusively for the artist.
Perfect. I just want to make sure. I know that some studios have the art assistants travel with, depending.
Right.
Nice. Those were my main questions, but thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zoe. And yeah, so a great work, Christina. Thank you so much for sharing us. It really does seem like a great opportunity. So on our end, after this meeting, like I said, I'll follow up with some different opportunities and ways to engage. And if you want to send me the recording as I'm sharing, I know you shared this already with some of the faculty, but I can share your presentation with the faculty as well, or this recording